Hi, friends, how are you? Hope you're well. I'm here today to do some book reviews for you. I've got five in total, and I hope you enjoy them. I want to say thank you very, very much to Netgalley for all these books. I will tell you what the book is called, who the publishers are, and obviously the author and the date it was published, so it will give you a better information from it. But all these books were given to me by Netgalley and all the publishers. So the first book I want to tell you about is called A Whirl with My Mocha Chocolate Swirl by Delia Dupree. This was published by the Wild Rose Press on the 9th of September. This is a novella, and I have to say I enjoyed it. It was a very quick read. I think it took me just a couple of hours to read it. And in this, we meet Riley and Raymond. Now, this book is set in Los Angeles. Riley's coming back to Los Angeles. She works as a marketing guru, basically. And she's really high up in her job. But she comes back to her home part of Los Angeles. And the first place she goes after she has dropped her stuff off at her mum's house is Colton Creamery, which is the ice cream parlor that is owned by her ex-boyfriend's father, but her ex-boyfriend also works there. The creamery is not doing as well as it could be doing for various reasons, and basically the Raymond, who is the son, and her ex-boyfriend, a sort of childhood sweetheart, asks her if she will help them build up their business by doing marketing for them, and basically it's their story, and it was just really sweet, well written. The characters were really nice. It was a believable story. I really enjoyed it. It was a great reread, and I would say to you, go pick it up if you want a lovely little read, couple of hours. I would go pick up this novella. It was great, really nice. So hope you enjoyed this one and you go pick it up. If you do, please let me know down in the comments down below, and it'd be really nice to talk to you about it. Hi, the next book I want to talk to you about is Christmas with Her Lost and Found Lover by Anne McIntosh. This was published by Mills and Boon on the 17th of December. This is a full-length novel, but it takes place over a couple of days, which I don't know whether I liked it or not. Didn't like it. Sorry, my hair is annoying me. Yeah, I didn't know whether I liked that or not. I've just maybe felt it was just squished too close together, if that makes sense. But in this story, we learn about Elsie von Hagen and Rowan Khan. I've got my notes here, so that's why I keep looking down. Now, Elsie is an ER doctor. She used to be a member of the search and rescue, and she has a search and rescue dog. Rowan is a veterinarian, and the story takes place in Banff, Alaska. Now, Elsie is phoned by the man that heads the search and rescue team and asks her to go to a neighbour's house because a barn has fallen in and there's somebody trapped in there. She goes and she meets this guy who happens to be there, and she thinks, well, he looks oddly familiar. The eyes look oddly familiar because they're all muffled up and everything. And she went, no, it can't be, he's dead. Or is he dead? That is the question. Basically, he's not dead, but she was told he was dead, and that was 27 years ago. And this is the story of them reconnecting after 27 years, why she thought he was dead, and the consequences of them having been together. I liked it. I did like it. I did find the fact that it was like there's a 27-year span. I was a bit like, but I did actually like it. I liked the premise. I thought it was maybe just too much was squished into like 3 days. I just felt that was a bit too fast. But nice read, good characters, loved the setting. And yeah, and I have to say, I enjoyed it so much that I would actually, yes, I would go and read more books by Anne McIntosh. Because I liked her style. I thought it was a really nice style, easy style to read. So yes, it was it was good and I did enjoy it. So again, if you read it, please let me know down in the comments what you thought and we can talk about it. Hi, the next book is Ginger Dead Man by Maya Corrigan. It was published by Kensington Publishing Corporation on the 29th of September. In this book, we meet Val Dennison, her grandfather, and Jake Smith, and a number of other characters. They all are in Bayport, Maryland, and they're all part of a holiday festival called Dickens of a Holiday Festival. Now, Val's grandfather normally plays the Santa at this festival and has been doing so for years. But this year, newcomer Jake Smith has been asked to do it, and Grandpa ain't that happy. Grandpa's been demoted to Scrooge. And I have to say, Grandpa did quite a good job of being Scrooge. But it was really sweet. Val is a caterer, and as part of a thank you for some of the volunteers for giving of their time, making all the things for the festival, manning the stalls, etc. She throws a thank you tea party for as many as wanted to come in the local bookstore. And everything is going really, really well. She's done all the catering and she's doing all the serving, etc. Until this one guest arrives. But this guest doesn't stay very long. This guest just drops like wee gift bags next to everybody at the table and walks away. Now, everybody looks at the gift bags, but the Santa decides he wants something else to eat, opens it. It is a ginger dead man from a previous festival. It's like they do like a Halloween one, and they have a ginger dead man, and he eats it, and the next thing you know, he's on the floor having convulsions, etc. He is rushed to hospital, and I'm afraid he doesn't make it. So that is the premise of the story. So it's now Val and her grandfather have to try and figure out who was the cloaked figure who gave all the goodies out and why. And it was a really good cozy mystery. I enjoyed it. It was a fun read. I enjoyed the banter between Val and her grandfather. I thought their interactions were superb. I liked the way that the other characters were portrayed. And it was a really nice, cozy mystery. It's the 7th in a series, and did I think I needed to have read all the others? No, I didn't. You could get away with reading it as a one-off, and I would say go and, if you want a cozy mystery, that's one that you could go for. It was really fun, especially it's October. Go and pick it up in time for Halloween. But yeah, it was fun. It was an enjoyable read, and I would read more of these books. So I thank you very much to the publishers and the author. The next book I want to talk to you about is Happily This Christmas by Susan Mallory. This was published on the 29th of September as well by Mills and Boon. I actually happened to have, I didn't realise I went for the e-ARC copy first and got it, and then I forgot and so I ordered it in paperback and it came in this morning. So I'm going to give this to my mum to read. Oh, this is good. So in this book you meet Garrick, who is the next door neighbour of Wynne. Wynne has a son called Hunter, who is 14 years old. And Garrick comes to her and says, look, could you help me? Garrick and Wynne have just been like, hi, how are you kind of neighbours, nothing major or personal between them. But Wynne has kind of noticed him about, and he has kind of noticed her about. So there is a little frisson of to begin with. But Garrick asks for her help because he has his daughter coming to stay with him called Joy Lynn. She is married to Chandler, who's a Marine, but he's on deployment. And Joy Lynn is 8 months pregnant. Now, Garrick's house is lovely, but it's a bachelor pad. And he wants it to become more comfortable and more cosy for his daughter. So he asks Wynne to help him. And this is the story of her helping him, and also it brings in other members of the town as well. It's small town America. It's set in Happily Inc. Now, this is, I think, if I'm right, is this the 7th or 6th book in the Happily Inc. series? I haven't read any of the others beforehand, and I don't think I have to have had. Although I have to say that having read this, I'm going back to read more. But anyway, this is the story of Garrick and Wynne and how they get to know more about each other. It's also the story of Garrick and his daughter and why things happened in the past that have made that their relationship is a bit strained. It's also the story of Wynne and her son Hunter and how, you know, he's beginning to develop as a young man and she's really proud of him and all that he's accomplishing and achieving, but he still at times comes back to sorry, being like a young boy. Not a young boy, but a mid-between. He's only 14, so he's neither an adult nor a child, so he's very much in that in-between stage. So it was beautifully, beautifully written. I loved all the characters. I loved the setting. The storyline, plotline were so well written. It is one of these books that you cozy up with, and I could see myself very happily just snuggling up on the sofa, cuppa, curtains drawn, or not even bothering to open the curtains during the day, and just reading this in one sitting. It's one of those books you will just keep turning the pages. I so enjoyed it. This was a 5-star read for me. Definitely a 5-star read. I just loved it. So again, if you've read it or you're going to go and read it and you do read it, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to chat to you about this book, and hopefully we will. Okay, the final book I want to talk to you about is called Christmas Ever After by Karen Shaler. This was published by Hawktail Publishing on the 29th of September. Oh my word, wow. This was another 5 out of 5 for me. I adored this book. I romped through this book. It was a brilliant book. It was an amazing book for me. It was just an amazing read. It was funny. It was quirky. It was everything you want in a Christmas book. So in this book, we meet Riley, who's an author. Now, Riley's latest book, or I should say, her latest book is not the big hit that everybody thought it was going to be. So her publicist Mike and her agent Margot decide that they really need to have her up her game. And they decide that her next book is going to be a Christmas book. And they are publicising her as Miss Christmas. There is one major flaw to this, in that Riley hates Christmas. Riley has hated Christmas for a long time. But she knows that she needs to do something, so she willingly goes ahead with this. And they decide that to help her, with the book writing or the book writing process, that she is going to host a Christmas camp. And this Christmas camp is going to be held at Christmas Lake Lodge. The setting was fantastic. I want to go there, seriously. And the cover of this book, as you'll have seen, is just, you want to go. And, so we also meet Luke, who is the resort manager for Christmas Lake Lodge. Now, Riley and he have a passing meeting earlier on before she gets to the lodge. I'm not going to explain to you why, but this book is just so well written, and it's everything Christmas can be. There are so many different ties in this book, not only to Riley, but to other people, to things that are happening in the world. Excuse me, I've got a cough. I know I don't have COVID, it's just a tickle. There's so many things happening that tie into things in this world. It's just brilliant. I love the characters, I love the setting, I love the premise of the book. And go read it. That's all I'm saying to you. Just go read it. This is the first Karen Shaler book that I've ever read. It's not going to be my last because I just loved it so, so much. And she's self-publishing, so she set up Hawkstail Publishing herself. So please go support her. If you read the book, please let me know down in the comment again what you think of it. I say I'm not saying a lot about this book because I want you to go read it. I want you to have been grabbed by just some of the things that I've said that you want to go read this book. I would highly urge you to do it. It's another book that you can just snuggle up with, hot cup of whatever you prefer to drink. For me, it's hot chocolate, snuggled under a blanket, Christmas lights on, candles flickering. If you want to put Christmas music on in the background, brilliant. It will transport you to Christmas. It will transport you to a happy place, which is what I think a lot of us need at the moment with all that's going on with the COVID and everything. So please, if you want to go and pick up 2 books that I know that I think you will absolutely adore, do Happily As Christmas by Susan Mallory, and then do Christmas Ever After by Karen Shaler. You will not be sorry. So those are my reviews, folks. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it now. And as I say, in my book reviews, I don't want to give away an awful lot of the plot because I don't think that's fair. I'd rather just give you wee snippets that you think, "Whew, that sounds good," and I want to go read it. But please, I hope you have picked up some interesting possible reads for you, and that you will go and pick them up. If you do, please let me know and we can discuss them if you'd like. But that's it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye.